Welcome everyone to CUET Logical Reasoning or Mental Ability sessions. Well, logical reasoning, otherwise it's known as what? Mental ability. Both are exactly same, but there are two different names to indicate that. One of the interesting area in logical reasoning is coding and decoding type of questions. So coding and decoding, basically one word is coded as like some alphabets or some numbers, whatever it is. Then you may have another word it is given. So you need to code that second word based on what kind of a pattern here in this word and its code. So this glow, it is coded as HNPY. So what kind of a pattern? G is coded as H. You know what? The best way to deal with this question, write those letters. That means the letters of the code just below the word. So here it is glow, and I'm just going to write HNPY here. So what you see here, G is coded as H, L is coded as N, O is coded as what? P, W is coded as what? Y. So what kind of a pattern? G coded as the next letter, L, the next letter of L is M, but you know what? The L is coded as N. So what exactly you need in this kind of questions is position values of English alphabets. So what are these position values of English alphabets? We'll take a look at what are the position values. A is the first letter, so position value of A is 1. B is 2, C is 3, D 4, E 5, G, F is in between. So we can write F right here, F is 6 and G is 7, H 8 and I 9, J 10, so it goes like up to X, Y, Z. And Z is the last letter in the alphabet series, so it goes up to what? 26. Of course, is it possible to go beyond 26? We'll think of that later, but 1 to 26, this is what it is, 26, and this is what? 25, Y is 25, and this is what? 24. Now, what is G? G is 7th letter, L is 12th letter, O 15, and W is 23. So you need to be familiar with the position values of letters, and it's easy for you to deal with coding and decoding questions once you are familiar. Then H and P, Y. H is what? 8 position value, N is 14th letter, and P 16, and Y 25. So this is question number 1, and this one I mark it as question number 2, and this one I mark it as question number 3. So now 7th letter is coded as 8th letter. So it's pretty much what? Plus 1. And 12th letter is coded as 14th letter. So it's plus 2. And 15th one is coded as 16. So plus 1. 23 is coded as 25. So it's what? Plus 2. So ultimately it is plus 1, plus 2, plus 1, plus 2. That's a coding method used here. So we apply the same coding method to find the code for glue. So it's pretty much what? Plus 1, G plus 1, L plus 2, and U plus 1 and E plus 2. What is G plus 1? H. So first two letters G, L and GL, it is exactly same, right? So same code, H and N. L plus 2, it is N. N is what? 14. So this is 8, this is 14th letter. Then U. U is what? 21st letter, and E is 5th letter. So ultimately 21 plus 1, it is 22. So which letter comes at the position 22? It is V. And 5, that's 5 plus 2, right? 5 plus 2 is what? G. So 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 is what? G. And if you have any kind of confusion with the position values of letters, there is a shortcut way to deal with that. It's called what? AJOT. What is AJOT? Position value of A, 1, E, 5, this is 10, O, 15, and T is what, 20, and this one is 25. And how do we use it? Think about it. So, say this case, we need what, N, right? Position value of N. If you're not sure about it, look at which letter near to N. O is near to N. Pretty near to N is O. Either it is after N or before N. Doesn't matter. So this case, O is after N. O is 15, so N is immediately before that. So N is 14. You can take it as, the position value of N is 14. And O, from HOD itself, we can get that O is 15. Then R. If you are not sure about what is the position value of R, then think about, the letter which is near to R. Which is the letter near to R? One side it is after R, it is S, then it is T. So R, after R, two letters after R is T. T is 20, so R is two letters before that. So R is what? 18. And M, N is 14, so M must be what? 13. So this is 18, this is 13. I'll just write it here. So make it easy, 18. And A1, everybody knows that, L is 12. Now, what is the coding method we are going to use here? It is called as ONSLBK. So just let me write it ONSLB and K. Now, what are the position values of these letters, these codes here? 15 and N is 14, this is 19, this is L is what, 12, B is 2, this is 11. So, look at 14 and 15 plus 1, right? So, code for N is plus 1, 15. And how about code for 15? It's 14, so it's minus 1. So, here it's R is 18, this is 19, so plus 1. And 13 is 12, so it's minus 1. And here it's 1 and 2, it's plus 1. 12 and 11, minus 1. See that? If you know the position value, it's pretty easy for you to find that what kind of a pattern is used for coding. So this pattern, what we have used for coding in this question is plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1. That's a pattern. Apply that with the same pattern with the word special. So we need to find the code for special. Let's try it there. It's plus 1. We start from the same pattern. Minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, plus 1. This case, it started with plus 1 and ended with minus 1. This case, it started with plus 1 and ended with plus 1. Why? The reason for that, how many letters are here? 6 letters are here. How many letters in special? 7 letters. It's all right. Sometimes you may get words with equal letters, 6 here and 6 here. But this case, it's different. Still, if you know the pattern, it's okay to get the answer. It's all right to get the answer. S plus 1. S is 19, so 19, T is 20, S is 19. P, O is 15, so P is what, 16. E5, C, everybody knows that, 3. And J is 10, so I is immediately before that, IJ, so I is 9, A1, and you know what, L is 12. So 19 plus 1, 20, 20th letter T. 16 minus 1, 15, O. 5 plus 1, 6, 6 is F. And 3 minus 1, what is 3 minus 1? 2, right? 2 is B. And 9 plus 1, 10. 10 is what? J. A minus 1, okay, that's interesting. A is 1, 1 minus 1 is what? 0, right, of course. Which is 0th letter? Is it possible to get the 0th letter? This is 1, right? And which letter comes at this position? 0. And is there any letter which comes at the position minus 1? Is there any letter comes at the position minus 2? And look at this. We have reached up to 26 when we go right? So, actually, it's a never-ending process. It's something like a number series. After 26, we have the letters or alphabet series up to Z. A up to Z. Then after that we may have it's A, B, C, D, etc. It goes like that. So after 26, obviously we'll go for 27. So A in the next loop, so this is called what's next loop. This is the first loop of English alphabets and this is the second loop of English alphabets. So after 26 it is 27. So A has a value 27, this is 28, 29, 30, etc. It goes like that. And how about this case? So immediately before A, it is Z, right? So here it is one loop here. And of course, there is a loop before that. So which letter before A here? It would be Z and this would be Y and this would be X and this would be W. It goes like that. So which letter before A? Before 1, it's 0. And the letter comes at the position of 0. It is Z. So this is A minus 1 is Z. And then L plus 1, L is 12, 12 plus 1 is 13, 13 is M. So look at it, 19 plus 1, 20, 16 minus 1, 15, 5 plus 1, 6, that is F, and 3 minus 1 is 2, that's B, 9 plus 1 is 10J, 1 minus 1 is 0, it's Z, and this is 12 plus 1, it is M. And of course, you know what, this 1 minus 1, you can take it as 0 or you may take this A as 27. A may have a position value 27. If you take A as 27, then the 27 minus 1 must be 26. Which one 26th letter? Again, it's Z. So you may think of that possibility in different ways. Okay, anyhow, so next one, what we are looking at is code and data. So code is coded as FQHG. So what is the code for code? It is F, Q, H and G. Well, position value 3 and you know what, O is 15, D 4 and E 5. And F is 6, this is 17, and this one is 8, and this one is 7. So 3 is scored as 6, so plus 3. And 15 is scored as 17, plus 2. 4 is scored as 8, plus 4. 5 is scored as 7, plus 7. Do we have a pattern here? Plus 3, so 3, 2, 4, 2. Not bad, right? It is okay. It's nothing wrong with that, and it is not an excellent pattern, but it seems like 3, 2, plus 3, plus 2, plus 4, plus 2. And if you apply the same pattern on like plus 3, plus 2, plus 4, plus 2, what kind of an answer we can get here? D plus 3, G. A plus 2, A is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3, so C. And T plus 4, T is 20, 20 plus 4 is 24. And A plus 2, A is 1, 1 plus 2 is 3. So GC, XZ. If you have an answer choice GC, XC among the answer choices given in the question, then it is perfectly all right. The pattern what you have gone with or the pattern you have identified here is correct. Now let's take a look at the answer choices for this question. There is a certain set of answer choices given for this question. We'll take a look at that. Well, the answer choices given for this question, the code for code is FQHG. Then what's the code for data? Answer choices are HBDB, HCZZ, HBNB, HCNC. So what is the answer we have here is GCXC. We don't have any of this answer choice starting from G. So that means the pattern we have discovered here plus 3, plus 2, plus 4, plus 3 it is not really applicable here. Well, there's nothing wrong with the pattern, but you know what? Unfortunately, the answer what we have here using that pattern, that doesn't match with the answer choices. That's the issue. So what do? Of course, we have to look at that from a different angle. This is called what? Critical thinking. So that's the reason, you know what, the aptitude tests are conducted to find out whether the candidates have critical thinking ability. Every question in aptitude test has this one of the element, critical thinking. So there are many other elements, critical thinking, you know what, attention to the details, your mathematical aptitude, your like reasoning skills, calculation speed, all those factors would be there. Now, we are trying to look at that question from a different angle. So it is what we have taken earlier, +3, +2, +4, +2. Instead of that, now I take it as this is +2 and this is +2, fine, but this is, you know what, 3 and 6. How about like this is 4 and 8. So how about we take it as, you know what, 3 into 2 is 6 and 4 into 2 is 8. Looks like it is a bit more appealing, right? This pattern. Into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 2. How about we apply the same pattern here? Into 2 plus 2 into 2 plus 2. So D is 4. 4 into 2 is what? 8. 8th letter H. A plus 2 C. And what is T? T is, you know what, 20th letter. 20 into 2, 40. 40th letter. We need to find the 40th letter. And the last one is A plus 2. A plus 2 is C. So ultimately it is HC. One letter is missing in between, then C. So how many answers we have with HC? Like 2 C's. This is B. So that cannot be the answer for this question, right? How about this is, that cannot be the answer for that question. So there are still 2 possibilities. So the third letter would be either Z or it's N. So we need to confirm whether it is C or N. How do you get it? 20 into 2. Well, 20 into 2. That's 40, 40th letter. If you continue this pattern, which would be the 40th letter? We have 27, 28, 29, etc. So when you write further after D, E, F, G, we need to go up to 40. So which is 40th letter? Take a look at this. From 26, you know what? These letters are 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. How many more letters need to reach 40, 40? From 26, we need to reach what, 40? How many more letters are required? 26 plus how much is 40? 26 plus 14 is 40, right? 26 plus 14 is 40. That means 14 more letters or 14th letter from the second loop would be exactly at the position of this number 40. So which is the 14th letter in the second loop? Well, doesn't matter the first loop or second loop, 14th letter would be 15th letter. Oh, 14th letter would be N. So N would be the letter at the 14th position. So 26 plus 14, 40. So this is 40th letter. What we are looking for is what? N. Got the idea? So 26 and we need to find the 40th letter. 40th letter would be the letter 14 after this 26. So if you just, you know what, continue it. X, Y, Z, Z is 26, then 27, A is 27, you know what, B is 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So 40th letter would be N. That's how we get the 40th letter. But you know what? It is not really practical to write all these letters when it comes to competitive exam, because we need to get the answer within a few seconds rather than writing all the stories. It's not an essay question. It's an aptitude test with, limited time. And we have the answer choices given as well, objective type. So we need to have a strategy, different strategy for that. Anyhow, so the answer for that question is HCNC. So this is the answer choice. You see this? So there are different ways of looking at a question and to get the answer for a coding and decoding question. And definitely we'll take a look at a few more questions. Okay, let's quickly go through a few more questions right here. So hockey is called as KRFNHB. So hockey, the code for is KRFNHB. Position values 8, O15, C3, K. What is the position value of K? If you are not sure about it, just think about A, J, T. A, J, T, 1, 5, J is what, 10, this is 15, 20, and this is 25. What we need is K. K is immediately after J. J, then K. J is 10, so K must be 11. And E, everybody knows that it's 5, and you know what? Y is 25. How about K? K11, R. R, 2 letters before T, so it is 18. And F is 6, N immediately before O, O is 15, so N is 14, 8, and this is 2. H and K plus 3, 8 plus 3, 15 and 18 plus 3, 3 plus 3 is 6, 11 plus 3 14, 5 plus 3 8, 25 plus something is 2. Actually, it is 25 minus 23 is 2. So that one letter is missing out from this pattern, what we have here, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. So is it possible for us to get the same plus 3 here? Is it? Well, 25 plus 2, 3 is what? 28. Which is 28th letter? Think of it. If it is A, B, C, X, Y, and Z, it's 26. Then 27th letter A. 28th letter is what? B. B is 28. Yes, perfectly all right. So that gives us a best pattern. That means plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, etc. So apply the same pattern on what? Player. So P plus 3, L plus 3, A plus 3, Y plus 3, E plus 3, R plus 3. P is 16, 16 plus 3. If you need the position values, you may write these position values here. If you can deal it without position values, that would be best. So 16 plus 3, 19. 12 plus 3, 15. A plus 3, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. 25 plus 3, 28. Again, it is what? B. E plus 3, it's H. And R plus 3, it is U. R is 18, 18 plus 3 is 21, 21 is U. So SODBHU. Plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. And this is plus 3, this is plus 3 as well. Now tropic, so this is another word right here. This tropic is called as, question number 5, tropic is called as 518729. And what is the code for trip? Well, you know what, I'll just give you the answer choices for that question. Otherwise, you may not get an idea what exactly going on. Alright, so for this question, these are the answer choices: 5217, 5218, 5127, 5129. What is given to us is tropic, which is called as 518729. Well, if you look at the position values of this letter, it's 20, this is 18, this one is 15, and this one is 16, this is 9, this is 3. And what it is given here, 518729, it doesn't really match with anything over here. So we have an 18 here, we have an 18 here, that's fine. However, this is 15. We don't have 15 here. And this is 16, P. We don't have 16 here. Its I is 9. Of course, we have a 9 there. Fine, it's okay. But we have C. We don't have 3 here. That means the position values of all the letters, if it is here, then it's position value based coding. But this is not really position value based coding. So what we do, how many digits are here in this number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So we have 6 letters. So each letter is coded as, well, T is coded as 5. There is no reason for that. It is just a random code, T5, and R is 1, and O8, and well, P7, and I2, and C9. That's it. So what's the code for T? 5. In this question, code for T is 5. Not for every question, this question. So R1, O8, P7, I is 2, and C is 9. Done. Now, what is the code for trip? Simple. TRIP. What is the code for T? T is 5. Now, look at the answer choice. All the answer choices are starting from 5. So, we cannot really get an answer using the 5 alone. Now, R is 1. So, 5, 1. All the answer choices, well, these two answer choices are not really with the 5, 1. So, those two answer choices are not supposed to be the answer. Then I is what? 2. So, 5, 1, 2. Both those answers, C and D, the first 3 digits are 5, 1, and 2. So, we cannot really get the answer from those 3. Now, what is the last one? P. P is 7. So, 5, 1, 2, 7 is the answer. 5, 1, 2, 7. That's the answer. So, that's another way of coding and decoding. How about question number 6 here? If B is 2, well, we know that the position value of B is 2. And BAT is 23. What's the code for BAT? 23. Why this BAT is 23? Well, if B is 2 means that's an indication. Indication means we supposed to use the position values of letters in the first loop. B2. If B is 2, then A is what? 1 in the first loop. B2, then T is what? 20. So add it. 2 plus 1 plus 20. That's equal to what? 23. So then what is the code for Brown? Well, it is 2, this is 18, this is 15, this is 23, and this is 14. Add it using mental calculation. So what is the best way? Rounding method. So for mental calculation, what's the best method? Rounding method. So 2 and 18, the numbers which I am selecting, I just cancel it. Otherwise, we may have a confusion later. So 2 plus 18, 20. Then 15 plus 14, 29. Well, 29 plus 20, 49. 49 plus we have this 23 here. 49 plus 23, 49 make it 50. Take 1 from that 23. Then balance is 22. So 50 plus 22, 72. So the answer for that question would be what? 72. So Brown, what's the code for Brown? 72. Well, these are a few patterns from coding and decoding type questions. Well, there are many more patterns. So stay tuned until we come back with those patterns. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.